My camera is on the side of my iPad. It's a bit awkward to get it in the right place because it's not on the top. So
That's the only thing with these things. You've got to try and make sure everything's in the right place.
whether turning it round is gonna, is that any better? But then I've got the black stripes, haven't I? It's not gonna be any better, is it? It is going to make a tune or something in a minute as well. God. So tell me what sort of thing we go through, sort of thing.
So I know that you also wanted to mention travel.
Yeah.
As well. So which one did you want to go through first?
I don't mind. I don't mind at all. It's just didn't know if there was like a set pattern of questions that you ask, or
no, just see where it goes.
Okay. Oh God, that's lethal with me. Oh dear. And is it recorded and then sent out a different day, sort of thing?
Yes, I'm hoping to try and get it all uploaded and possibly have it uploaded either tonight or tomorrow, potentially.
Okie dokie. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I wasn't sure whether it was like question led or how the format works, sort of thing.
Yeah, just seeing where it goes, really.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah. Did you want to
Well, the washing machine's about to do its funny tune. So what should I start with? The fact that I started the cake business and my wedding cake first, and then cake cart came about?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just wait for the tune to do, and then otherwise you'll have that in the background of your recording, and that's not really helpful, is it?
Probably had worse noises when recording, to be fair.
Oh dear. I haven't really got my head round doing podcasts and stuff like that yet. I never really kind of got into listening to them. So
one of them things, a lot of people aren't really too keen on them, and then there's people who like listen to them all the time. So
yeah, I just tend to have like TV or radio on in the background all the time, whereas I could be having a podcast on and maybe actually learn something rather than just having daytime drivel inane stuff. Although, oh, there we go. Although I did learn this morning, my daughter's got POTS. Have you ever heard of POTS?
briefly.
So she passes out quite a lot, and I had this morning on, and they were saying that you can get a bit like a therapy dog or a guide dog for the blind. It helps to detect when their heart rate's going up, so it stops them from passing out. I was like, okay, how does that work? So I did learn something this morning. It was very rare. Oh dear.
I think they have certain training. I don't know how it works, but I think they have certain training where they can somehow know. I don't know how, but
yeah,
it works. So
yeah, they were saying it's based on the person's body scent and the difference in adrenaline and cortisol because of the heart racing sort of thing. So it is fascinating. But there we go.
animals,
right.
clever, so
Go on.
animals seem to be quite clever. So
Absolutely. Yeah, there was a golden retriever as well, so they seem to be really intelligent, don't they?
Yeah.
We go. So shall I begin?
Yes, yeah.
Oh dear. Um, so my name's Angie, and I started a tea cake artistry back in April 2017. Um, and that was come about by the idea that I'd been creating my children's birthday cakes for a few years, and they had got more and more extravagant with their requests. And two out of three children are dairy intolerant, and one is soya intolerant. So back when she was born in 2004, it was really, really hard to find replacement products that were suitable for dairy and soya allergies. And yeah, it's got a lot easier now, but back then it was basically soya based products. And if you were allergic to soya, tough luck. So I started the wedding cake business back in 2017. And I've been growing and developing my wedding cake business. And I've won a few awards along the way. And I now tend to serve the luxury end of the market for wedding cakes. I do a lot with wafer paper and more, not abstract design, but more elegant that wouldn't necessarily be what you first think of as a wedding cake. So it's elegant but a little bit quirky, is what I always say. But we obviously had COVID that ruined everyone's business, particularly in the wedding industry. And I myself went back into the NHS to work as part of the community mental health team. And a few years of working within the community mental health team, I felt I needed a break. And in 2023, I left the NHS and I started working as a registrar. So I also now marry couples as well. And 2023 was a really, really busy year. And all my weddings from 2023 were brand new weddings, and not any weddings that had kind of been the hangover from COVID. They were all brand new bookings, getting really good feedback, and everything was going swimmingly. 2024, we started to notice a dip in the number of weddings and the budget that the couples had for their wedding cakes. 2025, it took a further nosedive. And there is a real trend within the wedding industry of micro weddings and either smaller wedding cakes, which is lovely, or they abandon the idea of a cake cutting altogether in favour of a champagne tower or a tiramisu tower sometimes, or they have a friend of the family or a family member create the wedding cake for them, and that is completely understandable for budgets. So I thought, how can we come up with something that's a little bit different? I'd been onto TikTok, where everyone finds marvelous ideas. And I saw a lot in the States that there was these cake bars or cake carts, and they kind of look like a charcuterie cart, in that they've got 12, my cake cart has the 12 holes of, as you've seen and experienced. And the idea is that each guest is able to choose their flavour of cake, and then they can choose a flavour of buttercream. Then they can choose 3 of their 12 toppings, and then the sauce topping, like an ice cream sauce on the top. What I've also got, which you haven't seen yet, is also a waffle wand machine. and the waffle ones will be available as an upgrade on the cake cart, or it could be used as a standalone. You don't have to have cake at all, you could just have waffles. So the idea is that it's still an experience. It's an interactive thing. It's staffed, so myself and my daughter will come along and we will put all those cakes together at the guest's request. But they get to spend time at the bar choosing their toppings and choosing, the process of building their cake. And it is completely possible that you could have 100 guests and no two cakes would be the same because of the amount of combinations that there are. And the idea of that really quite it excites me, maybe is the right word. It sits well with me because of all those years when my kids were really little and going to other birthday parties, and my friends were so good at trying to cater for them. And it's getting harder actually probably to do that because there are so many allergens, and so many intolerances and lifestyle choices, that something like the cake cart actually fulfills all of those. So the kind of stress of whether your wedding cake is going to feed Jack, who is allergic to pears and strawberries and gluten intolerant, or whether, Auntie Flo, who's decided to go vegan last week and didn't notify you before the wedding, can still have a vegan cake on the day. So it really does sit well with me, and it quite excites me that everyone is included, nobody's left out, and everybody gets to have a little piece of cake. Well, they're not really that little, they're quite large, aren't they? I'm always quite generous with my serving sizes. So the cake bars are actually equivalent to 2 cupcakes. So that's how it's come about. It was brand new, only used once before, when you saw the cake cart at the beginning of the year. I took her out yesterday. I don't know why she's a she. Don't know. Took her out yesterday. Maybe I should give her a name. We went to Weymouth Pavilion for the wedding fair, down there, and honestly, I was exhausted when I got home. There were so many people that could see the concept, could understand it, but it was also capturing those couples that maybe don't particularly like cake themselves, but still feel they ought to do something with a cake, and thought that actually this is a little bit quirky, this is a really good idea, but they don't have to eat any leftover cake because there is no leftover cake because everything is portioned out already. So they're over the moon because there's no leftover cake. They don't want to eat it because cake's not their thing, and that's fine. Everyone's different. Personally, I'd live on cake if I could, but I would absolutely live on cake. But yeah, not the healthiest thing. And yeah, it was really, really well received. And today I've got an awful lot of emails to be sending to clients who are potentially wanting the cake cart at their wedding either this year, next year, or even 2028, I think was the furthest date that was put down yesterday. So that's really exciting that people can see where I was coming from with the cake cart. There are only actually 2 endorse it, myself and another cake maker, for cakes specifically. There is other fabulous companies that are doing charcuterie and a bit of a mix with charcuterie, cheeses and hams, and some kind of wrapped sweets and that sort of thing. But there are only the two cake bars that I'm aware of that are solely doing cake, which is myself and another wedding cake maker. So they are not seen that often. It is pinched from America, but some good ideas pinched from America, not all the time. um, so yeah, so next weekend I'm taking her out to the RNLI in Poole, where there's another wedding fair. But I'm also hoping that people will see that it would be a really good idea for birthdays, whether that's children's birthdays, adult birthdays, engagements, and hen do's and stag do's, as well as the weddings and the corporate section as well. That it could be a really good idea for monthly reward schemes or corporate events and bigger scaled things as well. So yeah, that's where we are. That's how it's come about. And I'm hoping, I've really got my fingers crossed that she's going to be a busy little bee this year.
I think if you keep attending all the wedding events, I think you'll be booked up quite quickly.
Fingers crossed. Oh dear.
But I also have a friend who's a wedding planner. She does like all the alternative kind of wedding planning. And I was speaking a while back, and even she said she had a lot of inquiries, but then kind of it didn't go anywhere because it kind of weddings kind of just went quiet. So
yeah. Yeah, there seems to be about the same overall. So, because I work for Dorset Ceremonies for my registrar role, I can only comment on those weddings happening within Dorset and not Bournemouth and Poole. But there's the actual number of weddings. There seems to be around about the same number of weddings, but there is a huge amount more happening at Dorchester Registry Office. Which is a much cheaper way of getting married, but it's also shorter and quicker. So you don't have that whole day event, or if you do, it might be a meal in a nice restaurant, pub, or whatever afterwards, but not the whole day of celebrations and adding in this and then adding in that and at this timeline and at that point we're going to, and it's more simplified, and therefore a lot more budget friendly really. So yeah, that's with wedding planning as well. It really, yeah, everybody's seen it, but we'll come back, we will manage and we will diversify. But it's just supporting each other in the industry as well is really, really important, that we all kind of get through it one way or another, because weddings will bounce back. They are such an important time in the timeline of life events that they will come back, and things go round generationally, and I think big weddings will come back, but it will be a slow process. And I think it will be back into the late 20s and 2030s before we see numbers of 120 plus as sit down day guests. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. She'll keep going. She'll do great. Yeah. Yeah, she'll do great.
yeah, because I think she's in the process of doing some like other courses as well while it's quiet and she's got a bit of spare time. She's using
Yeah.
time to do something else. So then hopefully once she's got all that, it might pick up a bit more for her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I yeah, life is for learning really. At the moment, I've signed up to a mental health first aid course, which is a level 2 equivalent to a GCSE. But I also run my travel business in the um, quieter months of the year. I've qualified as an ABTA travel agent, and I run my agency called Where You Wish. Um, and I can book holidays for people, for groups of people, for couples, for a single person just wanting to go for a spa break for the day, to 35-day cruises around the world travel, weekend city break, or 2 weeks in Spain on a family holiday. There is literally, I can't think of anything I haven't been able to book for people. Um, and I love doing that because, again, it ties nicely into the wedding industry because I can focus on honeymoons and hen do's and planning their weekends, and, you know, the stag do's weekend in Dublin or Budapest or wherever they're hopping off to. It can all be put together as a nice little package, and nobody has to worry about it. Nobody has to be responsible for all the organising and the paying of it because I just take that off their hands for them. So yeah, so it's I can totally see where she's coming from on doing the different learning and the different training, because you kind of have to wear different hats within the wedding industry, and it'll all tie in, and it'll all come good for her, because all the experience she'll be able to kind of reflect back on. Yeah, I think it'll work really nicely.
Yeah, it's just finding the right time and the right people to get that kind of work in,
uh,
essentially. But
yeah, I mean, I found the travel by sheer chance. It's network marketing. I say by sheer chance. Actually, it was a wedding connection. My hairdresser had signed up to the travel, and I wasn't looking. I suppose the sheer chance was I wasn't looking for anything. But she had signed up to the travel, and she was like, "Oh, it's absolutely brilliant!" And she knows I love cruising, and she was like, "Well, you'd be able to save so much money on a cruise," and she's right, I do, and it is a brilliant opportunity because anyone can sign up to it. Anybody can say to me, they can drop me a message, they can give me a call and say, look, this holiday, as we're all finding it a little bit harder, this holiday's getting a bit more expensive. Is there any way you can find it cheaper? It's a bit like a gym membership. I never go to the gym, forget that. I spend my money every month rather than having a gym membership. I spend my money on having a travel membership. And my travel membership allows me to book the travel and the commission that I would have been given to another travel company, say, you know, the big travel agents. I don't give that money to them now. I get that commission back. So I'm automatically saving on my own holidays and my own travel. And I can book for friends and families, for total strangers, and I earn the commission back. And they're helping small businesses, and they're directly helping me as a small business rather than putting the money into the big corporates sort of thing. So as with all good network marketing things, it is about building that team, and getting people to understand that network marketing isn't a scam. It isn't something dodgy. You aren't going to lose money if you put the effort into learning and understanding the business. And yeah, I saved over £1,000 last year on my own holidays. And I'm all for saving and keeping the money
Yeah,
in my pocket rather than someone else's.
it makes you be able to save. Why not? Especially
Yeah.
especially nowadays, that's quite a lot of money to be able to save on something that you enjoy doing as a business, but also like doing in your spare time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I took the kids away on one cruise. A friend and I went away on a weekend booze cruise. We had a couple of nights in hotels, myself and the kids, and I had 5 days in like a host seasons holiday chalet in a beautiful part of Cornwall that I love going to every year. But the kids are getting a little bit fed up with camping. And so I was able to go and stay in the chalet for a fraction of the price than I would have done if I was, going to book it with a holiday agent. So it was travel that I was already going to do. It just cost me less.
And at least you've managed to um not only go away with kids and friends and everything as well, you've got have been away a couple of times on your own, so it's
Yeah,
especially if you can save as well.
yeah, yeah, exactly. For me, it's a no-brainer. So, but I don't know whether I get away as much this year because hopefully the cake cart will be keeping me busy in the summer.
It will be.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, especially with the price of places to stay at the minute, it's not cheap, especially if you're trying to go on a solo holiday because you're on your own, the prices seem to go up.
Yeah. There is one very good cruise company that don't charge for a solo supplement. They're a cruise ship company called Ambassador, um, and they sell mainly from Tilbury Docks, which is London rather than Southampton. But sometimes they come down to Portsmouth and they start some of their cruises from Portsmouth. But yeah, unfortunately, I totally feel it when I want to travel on my own. It is expensive to go solo traveling sometimes, and it's really great to find those companies that will not do a solo supplement and encourage solo travel. I think they're the really savvy companies because increasingly so, people are living solo and independent lives. And I think that's a real corner of the market that these bigger holiday companies should be looking at. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree, especially with someone like myself, would generally, the majority of the time, I would be going on my own anyway. But then what puts me off is that generally, half the time, it's more expensive to go on my own than if I went with someone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's exactly why I did the Breeze Cruise with a friend because it worked out cheaper to go, even with the fabulous agent rate, because I got 30% off that one as well. So even with the fabulous agent rate, it was still more expensive for me to go on my own. So and that's hard if you don't particularly want to share a cabin because that's quite personal to share a hotel room with someone. Nobody wants to share a hotel room with me because I snore. So, oh,
But yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of like personal choice. Like some people don't mind sharing with like other people. And I know that there's like places where you can like book and you're sharing with like people you don't know and all the
yeah,
I know a lot of people don't mind doing that. Personally, it's not for me. I'd rather not. But I see people do it because I think I saw somewhere it's meant to be cheaper. It's cheaper than booking like a hotel as a single person, I think.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, there we go.
It's all down to the person, really. But
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
I think I might have to do some digging on the cheaper solar one, so I might be coming to you for that.
Yeah, do. Yeah, if you ever need a quote, I'll quite happily give you a quote. Yeah, they're called Ambassador and they do some really lovely sailings, mainly around um, the British Isles and North European. There's not many that go much further than that because they're going in and out of Tilbury. It takes a while to get round um, and out from the Thames, so they tend to go that way.
Somewhere over that way.
Yeah, they go that way. Oh dear.
I don't think I've got anything else. I think you've answered everything I thought about.
Oh, good, 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 good. I didn't know what more to kind of say with the cake cart sort of thing. I guess because it's so new, it's kind of getting into that pattern of knowing what people are gonna want to know about it. And until I do a few, I'm not gonna know what that is.
No, but I think you covered the majority of what's about, and you also what I like about what you do. You do nice cakes. I like the cake. But you also cover, like you said earlier, the majority of allergies. You also cater for, which puts less on other
Yeah,
people when they're trying to organise events, when they've got someone who's got like a dairy allergy or someone's vegan or they can't do gluten or everything
yeah,
else. So
yeah. No, definitely. It just takes pressure off the couple then, because as long as I know roughly how many are going to be gluten intolerant and vegan and that sort of thing, generally I can come up with gluten free and vegan in the same recipe. Because I think you had the red velvet, didn't you, or the chocolate? Yeah,
I had one of them.
yeah. So and at least one of them was at least gluten free, if not gluten free and vegan. And it's just really easy, particularly with those two recipes, because my red velvet is a vegan recipe in any case. Um, so you're just switching the flour. It's not, for me, it's not hard once you understand the basis of the recipe. It's really not hard to adapt and change for allergens and people that struggle with their diet. So yeah,
Which was always handy, especially when you're doing the bigger events.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm thinking maybe at half term do another pop up. It's just juggling it with my daughter's dance studio. They've got a show that week, so I'm trying to juggle it with what's happening what day and when I'm needed.
That's the thing, trying to juggle everything at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. She's not even in it this time. She's been really poorly, so she's not actually in the show, but I promised them I'd help. So I
Oh,
like it.
that is.
Oh no, I like it. I've been with, well, the girls and James actually did ballet from tiny. Um, and I, you know, she started Split Studio started, don't know, must be 13, 14 years ago.
Might have been about that because I went there when they first opened. So
Oh, did
yeah,
what, round at Westminster Road?
yeah, when they first started, I used to go there.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Where the girls went round at Westminster Road. So I've been there with Chloe since day one, really. Did you do their first? We were talking about the carnival procession. Did you do the first carnival procession?
I don't think I don't think I did do it, but I can't remember.
Ah, okay, yeah. Elizabeth was in the car, my eldest. So, so yeah, well, there we go. She couldn't walk that far, so they chucked her in the car. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've got anything else for you unless there's anything else you wanted to mention.
No, I can't think of anything else. So, can I share it on my channels, like on my social media?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let me know when it goes out, and then the easiest way. Can you share an? I suppose you just share the link to the podcast, do you?
Yeah, once it's all uploaded and everything, I'll just pop you over the link for it. Then you can just share that wherever you want to put it.
Wow. Okie dokie. Brilliant. I have a think about becoming a travel agent because you used to do the Ann Summers, didn't you?
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
I'll have to think about it and I might I'll get back to you on that. So
Yeah. I'll pop you over a little video. It's only about, I don't know, 4.5 minutes long. I'll pop you over a little video because then you could save on your own travel.
that'll be
And so, yeah, no, it's good. I got two others in my team, so it'd be a nice little team. So there we go. I'll pop it over. Let me know when the podcast is live.
will do.
All
I'll
right.
look forward to getting that video.
Yeah. Okie dokie. I'll send it over in a bit.
Okay, thank you, and I'll send you this over when it goes up.
Cheers. Thanks, Tia.
Thank you.
Thanks for this. Brilliant.